Good morning, everybody. It is the first Coffee with MC of 2022, and Meg and I have taken a field trip. So don't worry, y'all. Meg is here. She's behind the camera, which I know is not ideal, but she's here, and we are excited because we are visiting a place that we love, which is the new facility of the Performance Zone, which is run by Grant Kelley. So I've got Grant here with us this morning. Yes, we are sitting on rowers because, there just isn't a normal kind of desk setup around here. So we are comfortable and happy and just wanted to kind of ask Grant a few questions. That's one of the things we get asked a lot is, we as a team work out with Grant once a week. And then also Meg and I know have each had, each kind of attend different classes that Grant offers. And I know it can be really intimidating. So whether you have made a resolution to get in shape by coming to Grant's or by going to the Sports Center or by going to Downtown Bar or any of the awesome places that are offered around here, what we know for sure is that it can be scary kind of when you're getting into that. So Grant, what tips do you have for anybody who is attending a class for the first time?
Well, we get it a lot that coming in to the Performance Zone is definitely a scary place. It's different. It's a different kind of atmosphere. It's not a normal workout routine. But the best advice I can have, whatever it is that you do when it comes to the fitness, just getting started, just to show up, right? If you end up hating it, you can always leave.
And
right?
You might have a great story.
Yeah. Most of the time we have great stories in the classes. But I think that whether it's CrossFit or if it's Downtown Bar or if it's yoga, if it's Zumba, whatever it is, the goal is just to get started. Show up. If you hate it, leave. No one's keeping you there.
It's so funny because have you ever heard that? Like, there's that adage that says like the hardest machine to operate in a gym is the front door.
Yeah, that's
and even that's the same for even if it's the front door to your house to go for a walk outside. But just to get started, I think is such good advice. And you guys here are starting really with a whole fresh 2022 because this space, we're going to give you guys a tour in just a few minutes. But this space is incredible, and you kind of changed the way you offer your classes. So tell us about that.
With the new facility, we have more space to do things, and we have more opportunity to kind of grow. And so when we were at the Sports Center location, the space just didn't allow us to do more than 3 days a week for our adult programming. So we've changed that up to where now we offer 5 days a week programs for all of our different times that we have. And then we also have our youth programming later on in the day. But for our adults, we really kind of want to have a full enclosed program where you can get your strength, you can get some type of cardiovascular portion in there, and then you also can get your mobility and stretching in also. So throughout the week, we offer these different classes that kind of the entire kind of bundle of programming.
Yeah, so it runs the gamut. So I know, for me, so the great thing about it, I think, is that it offers flexibility. So that if one day you can go at 6 a.m., the next day you can go at 8:30 a.m., that's fine, right? You can
Absolutely.
Show up. So you can be you can come by the class, or you can pay a monthly fee and come anytime you want to whatever classes you want to.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep, correct. We have, like I said, we have this new facility which allows us not to have a cap on the number of people who show up to class. Now, that's give or take 100 people in here. But
I don't think
but
that's
so
enough.
You can show up at 5 a.m. on Monday and not have to worry and know that there's going to be space right now at 12 o'clock on Tuesday.
Yeah. And what I love about it too is I love the fact that now that you are doing the strength and cardio and mobility stuff, that all I have to do is just come. And then I know that it's going to kind of cover everything that I need to do. So I think that's a great thing.
Absolutely. When it comes to group classes, that's the number one reason. The number one thing that people come to these classes is to have the accountability, and then also have to not worry about what they're actually going to do, because that's a big fear when going to any gym, whether you go to the gym, the Sports Center by itself, or you come in here. It's well, what do I do now? And 90% of people go, okay, I'm gonna get on the treadmill, or I'm gonna get on the elliptical.
Oh gosh.
And they don't want to go back into the next room. They don't want to go in the weight room, and so that kind of takes that all away. Our programming in the Performance Zone is designed kind of individual training in a group atmosphere.
Yeah.
So whether you're training for a marathon or if you just want to be able to go skiing real well in the early spring, February timeframe, or you have a jacked up knee, right? All that, you come in, we put the program on the board, and based on where you're at that point in your life, we can adjust that programming based on that.
Yeah, and I love being able to come in. It's not competitive. It's a group. Everybody's kind of at a different fitness level. You can tailor it to where folks are. So I think it's just, I think one of the things that we think about when it comes to this time of year is, I think people really want to take care of themselves. And sometimes that can be both overwhelming and a little bit intimidating. So we thought this would be a really fun first field trip of the year to come out and show you guys the space, because we get asked about this a lot. And so what I'd love to do, Grant, is to kind of walk around a little bit and let you show us your new space.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
Okay, so let's start with y'all. I mean, I know it's kind of weird to care about turf, but I care about turf now because I was at the old Performance Zone location where the turf was green and just not this spacious and beautiful. So I'm very amped about this turf. Are you amped about the turf?
I am amped about the turf. This is new turf.
Yeah.
The old turf looked good when it was new, but then we had some problems at the gym.
Sure.
But I am excited about this turf. It's probably the number one thing that we decided on was going to be the best quality we could get.
Well, it's awesome. It's awesome. And as we will kind of walk you guys around, I just want to point out that we're starting at what is both my least favorite and most favorite station, which is the foam rollers that you roll out with when you're done. That's my most favorite. And then, of course, right here you've got the sleds that you either push or pull sometimes. But don't worry, because he won't make it too hard if it's not, yeah. Okay, so Grant, let's keep walking. So box jump kind of area, and then I really actually don't love this back corner either. If you want to, like those assault bikes and the
which is another reason why you come to group classes, because you end up doing things that you don't necessarily do in a normal facility on your own.
You're right, and it's brief.
And it's brief.
Like if you visit this section, you're not here for very long. So this is where Grant writes the workout, and you just break into groups and kind of get started, right?
For sure.
I mean, yeah.
For sure.
Okay, and then I love this whole section with all of the weight stuff. I mean, you've got everything you need to be able to do a zillion different exercises right here.
We use them, for the adults and the youth programming, for sure.
Yeah, and I think this is actually a great time, Grant. Meg, I know you'll show down there, those are the medicine balls and all that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, this morning we had to do we were able to do the lunges with the sandbags.
The sandbags.
Oh my gosh, that's new. We didn't have that at the old time.
The sandbags are new. People complained about holding dumbbells in their hands, so we got sandbags that were a little bit less.
Let this be evidence that Grant does listen to the complaints.
We do
so
listen to
don't
complaints.
stop complaining, y'all. Okay, so Grant, tell us a little bit about, as we're wrapping up, your kid programming. I know Walter, my 12-year-old, absolutely loves coming, and Sally has come in the past as well. She also enjoyed it. She's now kind of, all over the place. But Walter he just looks forward to it so much. They both do. So
the reason why we kind of moved, me and my wife moved back to Carteret County was because of the sports performance. The aspect of there not being any sports performance here, right? There's no facility that offers anything for youth sports performance.
Right.
At least 8 years ago when we started up. So we moved back here, talked with the sports center. They also didn't have any other adult programming other than CrossFit in town.
Sure.
And so sports center didn't have any of that there either. So it was an opportunity to kind of grow both aspects. And as a trainer, as a strength and conditioning specialist, like your goal is to train athletes all the time, but it doesn't always pay the bills. Like adults, you have to have adults also, right? So I really am passionate about training youth athletes. I really enjoy training for that middle school, high school age, and even the younger age. They just I enjoy seeing that 7 to 11-year-old group. I enjoy seeing them come into the gym happy, right, and leave with wanting to come back. The middle school group, that class kind of just is a tough time during their lives, and I like to just throw a bunch of self-esteem in there, where they are just leaving my class with pure confidence that they didn't have before.
I think what I want to say to you about that though too is that I think that you're really good at that, but there's also accountability, which I think is so good for them, because that's what gives them self-confidence. So that's one of the things that I love personally, is that I feel like you have your own relationship with the kids that are in here, and that you hold them accountable, and that's what gives them something to be proud of. It's not like a just general yay you kind of a thing. I mean, they accomplished something, and you help them see that, and I think that that's a big deal.
There's something very rewarding about picking things up that you couldn't before.
Yes.
Being able to pick something up that you couldn't 5 weeks ago kind of builds that self-esteem of I can do this. And I kind of put that into where kids understand that that's not just in the weight room, that's in life too. Like you're not able to do things in life, and then 5 weeks later you're able to do that because you either learned something new or it's just something you didn't think you could do.
Right.
They transfers from the weight room to life.
Right. And you know, another thing I think about that, I think that's such a good thing. And I also think that if your kid is a sports kid, it's great because this complements it so well. But if your kid's not a sports kid, it's great because it gives them something that they can be proud of and something where they can excel and grow personally.
Absolutely. It's a sports performance program, but it's not just for sports athletes.
Yeah, I think that's big. That's important.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so y'all, as we wrap this up today, you know that we're going to ask Grant our favorite question, which is, what is saving your life right now?
What's saving my life? The thing that's saving my life right now has to be my wife. We have gone through and changed the entire programming up where it's 5 days a week. So I don't get to see my kids very often. It's very few, far in between. We get to see them during the week time. And she just holds all the hats at the house. And so got to give props to Brittany Kelley. I love you.
Brittany Kelley,
You're
way to go.
definitely the thing that's saving my life right now.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's very sweet. That's very sweet. And I'm going to add to that the people, it's not just one person, the people that are saving my life right now are the teachers who have taken our children back this week and are whipping them into shape. Thank you very much to the Carteret County school teachers. We are very grateful for you. And Grant, for you, you're taking Walter back this week in the afternoons.
Yep.
There you go. So listen, guys, this has been really fun. We've loved getting to visit with Grant and getting to show you guys his new facility. It's awesome. If you want to join, we'll make sure that we share with you guys the website so you can check it out. And regardless of where you are going to make sure that you're taking care of yourself in 2022, we are cheering you on. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you guys.